Welcome to today's Explainer. We're putting on our word detective hats right now to unpack a seriously fascinating piece of vocabulary from our source material. Let's just jump right into it.
So what do a doctor and a detective actually have in common? Seriously, think about that for a second. Imagine a doctor gently examining a sore spot on your arm, trying to figure out why it hurts. Now picture a detective digging deep into an unsolved mystery to uncover a hidden truth. On the surface, those seem like two totally different jobs in completely different worlds, right? But actually, scratch that. They're doing the exact same basic thing. Both the doctor and the detective are examining something super carefully to find out what's really hiding right beneath the surface.
And honestly, that brings us perfectly to our target word for today. Meet our word, probe. It's pronounced probe, rhymes right with robe. Go ahead and say it out loud with me. It's a super versatile word, kind of pulling double duty as both an action verb and a noun, depending entirely on how we need to use it.
Section 1. Unpacking the core meaning. Let's get into it.
Okay, let's break down how this word works using what we call the sunflower model. Picture a bright, blooming sunflower in your mind. Step 1 is the core center of that flower. For our word, that core center represents a careful, searching examination. Literally, it means to investigate something deeply and thoroughly. Then we move to step 2. These are the outward radiating petals attached to that strong center. These petals, well, they're the specific nouns that grow directly from that core action. So, one petal might be a thin medical instrument a doctor uses to explore something hidden inside the body. Another petal could be the formal act of a legal investigation. And yet another petal might be a physical, highly advanced piece of tech sent out to reach hard-to-get places, like a space vehicle navigating the galaxy. They're all different petals, but they all connect right back to that exact same center.
So the core essence here is simple, but it's actually pretty profound. Reaching in to explore. The absolute crucial takeaway here is that whether we're talking about a physical tool touching a sore spot or an intense mental investigation digging into a corporate mystery, the shared idea binding all this together is reaching into the unknown. That is the absolute, undeniable essence of the word.
Section 2. Examples in context.
Take a look at this quote. This is one news program that really probes the issues. This is just a fantastic example of the word probes as a powerful action verb. The news program here isn't just skimming the morning headlines or taking things at face value. No way. It's actively digging far beneath the surface of the daily news cycle to do a searching, critical examination of the facts. It's really doing the heavy lifting.
Now, let's look at another one. The FBI's probe into the affair has turned up nothing so far. Notice how the word shifts gears here completely? It actually turns into a noun. In this sentence, it represents the official act of the investigation itself. It perfectly captures that core center of the sunflower we talked about earlier, a highly organized, thorough search into a matter that's currently hidden or unknown.
And here's our third example. The ship sent out a probe to collect rock samples. This really shows us how the noun form can also be a literal physical device. Remember one of those outward petals of the sunflower? Well, here it's a piece of machinery sent out into the cold, distant unknown to do the reaching and the exploring for us, bringing back tiny pieces of the universe so we can learn more about where we actually came from.
Section 3. Usage and contrast.
When we put probe head-to-head with everyday words like look or check, there is a massive difference in intensity. Think about it for a second. When you just look at something or when you check something, it implies a very glancing, surface-level kind of action. It's quick, right? It's light. But our target word carries a heavy, deep, reaching nature. It suggests going incredibly deep, penetrating the surface, not just glancing over it. It carries a much stronger, intense weight than those words we just throw around every day without thinking.
If you really want words that share that heavier, deeper intensity, consider these stronger near words. Investigate, explore, scrutinize. These are the synonyms that sit right next to our target word in terms of sheer weight. I really want to remind you that a space probe rocketing into the solar system and a police probe looking into an unsolved case both share this exact same high level of intensity. In both cases, they are relentlessly reaching into the unknown to learn more. Section 4. Your turn to probe.
So here is my final challenge to you today. How will you use probe as a verb and a noun? Seriously, right after this explainer ends, I want you to grab a notebook or just open the Notes app on your phone and try writing 2 sentences completely on your own. Use it as an action verb in the first sentence and as a noun in the second one. Remember the ultimate takeaway from our material today. To probe is to investigate or explore deeply. It's all about reaching into the unknown. So take the challenge, have a little fun with the word, and I absolutely can't wait to see you for our next exploration.